discuss question paper pattern. So here the first column, section A, B, C, D and E. So section A 1 mark questions, section B 2 mark questions, section C 4 mark, D 8 mark and E practical oriented 5 mark questions. So now the nature of question, very short answer type questions. Section A. So you will get 12 questions. Out of 12 questions in your board exam, you need to answer only 10 and each carries 1 mark, and totally you will attend 10 questions. Next, section B short answer type questions. You will get 12 questions. Questions to be answered only 10. Marks to the each question 2 mark. Each question carries 2 mark. Totally you will get 20 marks from section B. Section C explanation in 10 to 12 sentences. You will get 10 questions. 4 mark questions. Out of 10 4 mark questions, you need to answer only 7 questions. Each question carries 4 mark and totally 7 4s are 28 marks from section C. Next, section D explanation in 20 to 25 sentences. You will get 6 questions in the examination question paper. You need to answer only 4. Each question carries 8 mark. Totally 4 8s are 32 mark. And section E practical oriented question. You will get 3 practical oriented questions and need to be answered only 2, and each question carries 5 mark. 2 5s are 10 marks. Now chapter wise hours and marks allotted. So nature and significance of management, very important for 19 mark. Second chapter principles of management 10 marks. Business environment 7 marks. Planning chapter 15 marks. Organizing 16 marks. Staffing 17 marks. Directing 18 marks. Controlling 7 marks. Financial management 15 marks. Now let us see the list of practical oriented questions from all the chapters of reduced syllabus. So we have 9 chapters, hence we have 9 practical oriented questions. First question, assuming that you are the manager of an organization, draw the need diagram of different levels of management to specify that authority, responsibility, relationships create different levels of management. So here you should draw the need diagram for the levels of management. You should mention the levels and functions and positions you need to state. Second question, as a general manager, list out any 10 FIOL principles of management which you would like to adapt in your business organization. Actually, we have 14 FIOL principles. Out of 14, you need to mention just 10. Third chapter, business environment. Here the practical oriented question is, show the different elements of business environment that influence the success of business enterprise with a need diagram. So here you need to draw the oval shape diagram, and you should split diagram into 5 parts. There, political, socio-cultural, technological and legal environment you should mention. Next chapter, planning. As a manager, what logical steps you follow in planning process before executing a project. So here you should mention the various steps in the process of planning. Next, fifth question, draw the organization chart showing divisional and functional structure. So here you should mention the divisional and functional organization structure, and you should mention the positions in all the levels of management. Next, sixth chapter, as a HR manager, list out any 10 sources of recruitment to fill in the vacancies in your organization. So we have internal and external sources for the recruitment, and mention any 10 sources of recruitment which you would like to fill the various vacancies in the organization. Next question, draw the need diagram of Maslow's need hierarchy, that triangular diagram, and there you should mention physiological needs or the basic needs, safety needs, social needs, self-esteem and self-actualization needs, and give at least 2 to 3 examples to the each levels of Maslow's hierarchy. Next question, as a manager of an organization, what are the modern techniques of controlling you would like to adapt? Any 5 out of 6 techniques. So here we have traditional and modern techniques for managerial control or managerial controlling. We have a 6 techniques. Out of 6 you need to mention any 5. As a financial consultant, give the list of any 10 factors which affect the choice of capital structure. Any 10 out of 14 points. Yes, we have 14 points are the criterias to construct or prepare capital structure, that to effective capital structure. For the preparation of capital structure, the finance department need to observe 14 points, but in the examination you need to mention only 10. Next, typology of questions means what and all type of questions we can expect in a section A. In a section A, multiple choice questions, 4 questions compulsorily. Expand means one term like PERT, CPM, MIS, this type of questions. Expand, one question we can expect. Next, example, like mention any one example for policy, strategy, objective, like that, one question. And a very short answer type, 6 questions. Totally in a section A we get 12 questions, 6 very short or a one word or a sentence questions, 6 plus one example 7. Next one abbreviation, expand 8 plus 4 multiple choice questions, 8 plus 4 12 questions. Section B, we may get questions, one is definition, one definition we may get, example define management or define coordination, define organizing, define managerial control, very important. Definition, one definition, the question related to definition, and questions related to meaning, features, merits, demerits, and the types, examples, situations, circumstances, steps, differences, and methods. Based on these aspects, we get 2 mark questions under section B. Now, chapter 1, nature and significance of management, the very important concepts, meaning and definitions of management, effectiveness and efficiency, characteristics of management, objectives of management, importance of management, and the nature of management, that is science or art or both. Then management as a profession. Then levels of management, practical oriented question. Then 9th chapter, brief description of functions of management. Next, definition of coordination, characteristics of coordination, importance of coordination, and questions to be framed for chapter 1, 1 mark 1 question, 2 marks 1 question, 4 marks 2 question, and 8 marks 1 question, and practical oriented, that is levels of management. So here the syllabus. Then type of 1 mark questions, what is efficiency, what is effectiveness concerned with? Right to the 1 mark questions from the chapter nature and significance of management. What is efficiency? What is effectiveness concerned with? Give an example for top level or a middle level or supervisory level management. Next, which of the following is not a function of management? Multiple choice question this is. Next, management is, then the following is not an objective of management. Policy formulation is the function of, coordination is. So let me tell you the answers. Which of the following is not a function of management? Here, cooperating. Management is both art and science. The following is not an objective of management. Actually, policy making, this is not an objective of management. Policy formulation is the function of top level management. Coordination is the essence of management. Next, type of 2 mark questions. So here, define management, state any 2 organizational objectives of management, define coordination, justify the importance of coordination by any 2 factors, give any 2 points of importance of management. These are all expected questions for 2 mark. Then type of 8 mark questions, explain the characteristics of management, then explain as an art and science are not mutually exclusive but complement to each other, elucidate, define coordination and explain the characteristics. Management is a series of continuous interrelated functions. Comment. So these questions we may expect for 8 marks. From the second chapter, principles of management. So here, very important terms are nature of principles of management, significance of principles of management, principles of scientific management, techniques of scientific management. In that, functional foremanship, standardization and simplification of work, work study, method study, motion study, fatigue study. Actually, method, motion, time study and fatigue study, these 4 fall under work study techniques. Then differential weight system and mental revolution. Right now, the principles of management, Henry Fayol principles, practical oriented question. Questions to be framed for chapter 2, 1 mark questions, 2 questions, 1 mark questions 2, 2 mark questions 2, 4 mark questions 1, and practical oriented question, that is any 10 Fayol principles of management. Explanation not required. Then type of 1 mark questions here. Who is known as father of general management? Name any one technique of management developed on the basis of principles of management. Who is called the father of scientific management? Who advocated separation of planning and execution functions in any organization? What is standardization according to Taylor? What is the aim of simplification according to Taylor? How simplification differs from standardization according to Taylor? Who strongly advocated piece weight system? What is the objective of method study according to Taylor? State the number of principles of management propounded by Henry Fayol. Which management principle of Fayol advocates that there should be only one boss for every individual employee? Principles of management are not, so here, absolute. How are principles of management formed? By experiences of managers. Which of the following statement best describes the principles of division of work? That is, work should be divided into small tasks. She or he keeps machines, materials, tools, etc. ready for operations by concerned workers, whose work is described by this sentence under functional foremanship, that is, gang boss. So all this. Then 2 mark questions give the meaning of mental revolution as propounded by Taylor. What is discipline according to Fayol? State any 2 differences between unity of command and unity of direction. What is scalar strain? What is gangplank? Then type of 4 mark questions. Discuss the significance of principles of management by explaining any 4 points. Explain the principles of management contributed by F.W. Taylor. What are the 4 aspects of work study developed by Taylor? Explain. Thank you, students. Thanks for watching. Do share, subscribe and comment. In the next class we discuss chapter 3 business environment.